Welcome.
So,
How's it going?
it's going okay. I don't know, anything happened this week, like, of note?
It's been a pretty chill week, honestly. I don't think anything big's happened.
Can't think of anything.
Like, what's that one thing you read in the news?
Oh. Nathan's hot dog eating contest. You hear about Joey Chestnut?
Did he gobble him?
No, he got banned.
Dude.
Did you not hear about that?
If you get banned from a hot dog eating contest...
Joey the Goat Chestnut got banned from Nathan's because he endorsed Impossible, the brand, you know?
What?
Like the fake meat.
How can you devote your life to gobbling dogs and then go to fake dog? How can you go to fake vegetarian? It doesn't even count. If you gobble 30 vegetarian dogs, that's one salad.
Oh, 30's child's play numbers to him.
First of all, pea protein.
Pea protein? Yeah.
Miss me with that.
That's disgusting.
If you grind up peas to make a hot dog, you're not touching the right sausage.
That sounds so disgusting.
But that's been the biggest news of the week. I don't think there was like an assassination attempt or anything.
Oh. Glizzy Lizzy. Glizzy Lizzy won the female hot dog eating contest.
Why are you so glizzy focused?
It's just big news.
It's true.
It's you know, they always have that during July 4th, and I think that's the biggest news of the week. You say something about assassination attempt?
I don't think there was.
I don't think came off your head. What's on your head? What is that?
I don't know, dude. I just wound up with this on my head, dude.
You're gonna be sweating so much.
All the audio listeners are like, "What in the frick is on his head?" Let me just give you a hint, okay? It rhymes with aluminum toil. Okay, I'm keeping my head secure from transmissions coming from 5G and everything else that's going on right now because
we got Mr. Conspiracy Theorist over here.
I'm not a conspiracy theorist, dude.
You
they came after the dog.
The dog?
They came after the hound himself, bruh.
All right, bro. Address the elephant in the room. In your own words.
They found Sketch's tapes.
That should have been the big news of the day, bro.
They caught him, dude. I'm not gonna lie, dude.
They really took away the spotlight on Sketch, didn't they?
Sketch had lip gloss and men's floss. It was not talking about the booty thong.
So gross. Dude, this is the news cycle I'm telling you about, bro. It's so fast. I completely forgot about that.
Speaking of the news cycle, okay, bro, how can we have a president get his upper earlobe shot off, and then everybody is like, whoa, what happened? Our president was within 1 inch of getting assassinated, and then the next day we're like, new vice president. It's so hyped, dude. I'm like, in literally less than 12 hours.
I don't know if that's really I mean, it's going to be, I don't know. Just, bro, hold on. First of all, is his ear actually gone?
Yeah, dude, he lost a chunk.
Did he?
You can see in like the initial picture, it looked like a hole, but his team said it was a chunk. So,
but he can still hear, I assume, because it got in the top, right? Like top ear?
It hit the top. Like, I don't even know what that's called, but like
the phalange,
the freaking
the phalangeal, the upper lobe,
your hearing
upper
part.
lobe. I think I got it right.
I don't think the lobe can be on top, but it pierced Daddy's ear, and he's down for the count. And first of all, 10 out of 10 flop by my boy. I mean, he felt the ear, looked at the hand, registered blood. He said confirmed, ground.
He said,
and apparently he had a couple thick men land on him because he said he bruised his rib from them like jumping on him.
No, there was no thick men, bro. It was all short dudes and one short woman.
Not gonna lie, dude. I had I had a source tell me, an inside source, that apparently there's some thirst traps going around of one of the Secret Service men. Yeah, everybody was like, yo, Trump's bleeding from his ears, but check that guy out in the back.
What's your source?
They're like, yo, what's that Secret Serviceman's number?
Oh my goodness, that's insane.
So
I thought they were gonna be the one like very small petite woman that was there that did like low-key nothing. Did you see her?
I think I'm gonna avoid this topic I don't
why?
know.
I thought
Because there's a couple things, dude, this, first of all, this tinfoil is so hot on my head right now. But I'm going to wear it because I got to be protected from the 5G.
you'd be sweating the entire time.
There's a couple of big themes coming out that I guess we can kind of go. We can go over.
There's so many different things we can talk about regarding this one event. I don't know which one to pick. And the vice president just got announced today, so we gotta
we got to blast through.
We gotta blast through.
Well, if you're on Patreon, dude, you'll get to see all of it. But
that's
for
right.
all you brokies, you'll get most of it, but not all of it. But the woman thing is kind of that's probably the least interesting thing to me.
I mean,
but I think there's more interesting things. But X right now is hammering these Secret Service ladies, bro. They are just honestly the fact that our president gets almost shot in the head, and then there's 30 minutes of first they're like, F that guy, he's scumbag and whatnot, and then the next 30 minutes they're like, look at this woman try to holster a gun and just flaming her, and I'm like, dude,
bro, I'm not. I don't know. I don't know if it's the least interesting one. I mean, it's not just the woman part, but it is the entire Secret Service part, just kind of failing at their job. Which
that's the ultimate question.
Well, I'm saying I think the reason that there is a woman on the Secret Service, I don't know, being there was because of the whole DEI and how a couple years ago, the head of you burn my house down.
Almost burn your house.
The head of the Secret Service or whatever, security was we're gonna have 30% more women in the workforce, and then you've got a woman half of Trump's size who can't even shield him from anything from the waist down or from the waist up, and then not only that, I mean, I'm sure DEI has maybe something to play in the whole security botch job that they did at the rally.
Let's to give our viewers some context. Let's
we're talking about Trump getting shot.
No, not that.
Oh.
Let's quantify what we mean by DEI and start off with a real life story from home about DEI and how it's affected your life and your last employer and what happened.
Which one?
Whenever you're going through the job interview process, and it was between you and somebody else, and how that affected you. You remember what I'm talking about?
Talking about a few years ago?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. What about it?
How did that affect your life?
Oh,
how did the DEI directly affect your life?
You want me to relive my past traumatic experiences?
Yes, I'm triggering you.
Okay. Quick recap. I was working at this place as a contractor with another contractor who happened to be person of color. And
a
POC. And there was a job opening for full-time, and I mean, obviously we both applied. We were both qualified. And I mean, we were friends, went to school together, and so we were both hope you get the job.
Yeah.
But low-key, we're like...
You were low-key
if you get the job, I'm going to be so mad.
Bro, I hope your heel gets stuck in a grate.
Yeah. No, so anyway, we both applied, and she ends up getting the job. And, I mean, I was directly told is because she was...
A POC. They needed to fill... So the thing is, they needed to fill a minority role. Yeah. And Josh, what percentage of white are you?
I don't
because
know.
0. I mean, you're first of all, the name Honest Honkies is mostly a troll because one of us isn't
don't tell them what race I am.
Because one of us is not a honky, dude. You're 50% Mexican, 50% Native American, mostly. And so the fact that they hired a POC because they were filling a minority role and then didn't do the research is I just needed to get that out of the way because the DEI stuff has quantitative results that you can measure in our real life circumstances and things that has literally happened and has directly affected your life. So not only are we seeing it on a third party, massive scale, the Secret Service just absolutely fumbling the ball, which let's get to it. There are 2 roofs in the area. One of them has Secret Service on them, and the other one has Wile E. Coyote, nobody up in the desert up there.
Oh, it's got somebody up there.
it's and
okay,
it's
I
like,
said we need to get through this quick, bro. You're taking forever to get to whatever you're trying to say.
It's standard procedure. The fact of the matter, it's standard procedure for a half a mile radius around the, the protected person to be covered. All rooftops covered, all high buildings, all high windows to be covered. The fact that the roof is not covered is just unexplainable. There's reports coming out now that from a high-level head of security Secret Service operator that is saying they were officially told to stand down. As in, the snipers had, I guess, noticed the person up there with an assault rifle, which I've heard to be an AR-15. They had him. The civilians notified local law enforcement that were close to the building that there's somebody up there. A police officer climbed the ladder, saw the dude up there, and then supposed Thomas J. Cook or whatever pointed his rifle at him and scared the officer. And I guess the officer didn't want to go up there after he...
What?
You didn't hear about that?
No.
Apparently an officer tried to go up the ladder to go get him, but when he got to the top, Thomas was like, "Hey, y'all, I'm going to shoot you." And so the officer, instead of,
He said, "No, I'm out."
He said,
I'm
out.
I'm head out.
He fire pole slid with both thighs on the side of the ladder, slid down. So all of that regardless, however much of this is true, because we don't know for certain. These are just the things that I've heard. All of that regardless, it is standard procedure for a half-mile radius for every building to be covered by physical law enforcement. That roof, it's not like there was 1,000 roofs around there to cover. There's like 2 roofs.
Yeah, what's your point? You're just saying that they botched the job?
I'm saying they didn't.
Because that's what
How
I said.
could it be a botch? How can you botch it that hard? How can this not be somewhat designed?
I got 3 letters for you. Yeah, I know you're going to say designed because you're wearing the tinfoil hat. And I'm the voice of reason here.
I'm not, and the thing is I'm not going to say like it definitely was designed, but I'm going to present the facts and things that I've heard and things that people smarter than me have said.
You can't be like, I'm going to present the facts and then say things I've heard. Because you don't know if that's true about the police officer. You just heard about it.
Okay, well, I'm saying things I've heard is because none of us were actually there. None of us have first-person experience. Even most of the officials, that people that are in that space.
So you're saying
we're not
everything
actually
we hear, we should just be like, maybe not.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe Trump didn't get shot.
I mean, it's a possibility. Like
anything's a possibility, dude.
Yeah, dude.
We gotta have some kind of middle common ground right now.
Well, I'm not going to say with certainty that an officer rolled up on the ladder and got scared and didn't shoot the guy. Like, I don't know for sure. I'm saying a lot of people have said that's true. A lot of people have said that they had eyes on the shooter or at least were notified about him for 2 minutes. Like, just listening to the audio recordings and matching them up, like timestamp to timestamp, that they were notified about the shooter for 2 minutes before taking the shot. So there's really either 2 possibilities. 2 possibilities are, the first crazy one is that they let it happen, or the second one, that there was such a major malfunction in giving the order to shoot that the sniper only reacted after hearing shots. Because he could have been sitting on the phone like, "Yo, give me approval to shoot this guy," which is a big deal. Like, you can't just fire a sniper round into the wind and like the second you see a guy with a gun. That's crazy. But also, for it to take 2 minutes to get the call back and be like, "Yeah, unfortunately, take this guy's life," which is not a small thing.
Who makes the call?
From what I've heard, it is the head of that security detail they would be corresponding to. They would be saying, like,
Yeah, but
from what it seems
where
like.
is he? Because I feel like he's like, in my brain, he's in some kind of van, you know, with like a bunch of camera, like a bunch of TVs, looking at cameras and stuff. And like, I don't know. I feel like you have to have enough trust in your guys to know that, you know, hey, if you see a threat, take it out, and I give you that permission. Because if I'm thinking 2 minutes long, then he has time to get out of his van, make his way up to that building the sniper's on, and then look for himself that there's somebody out there, and then he'll give the thing. So,
maybe.
It's like,
He also, I think it's definitely possible he could have like been at headquarters. Like they probably have insane radio communication technology. They can probably communicate wherever they want in the world. But
I also heard that it just took Secret Service like forever to get Trump off the stage.
Well,
I've also heard that it's because, you know, Trump wanted to stay up there for a little bit.
Well,
So
a lot of
he
people
did his
said it
photo
was
op.
insane that they let him stand up.
What are they going to do, drag him?
Well, like, for him to, like, stand up and expose himself again is kind of crazy. Like, even though they're saying, like,
Even
they
though
confirmed
said
shooter
down.
because there could have been another one, but that honestly really might have been him just popping up on his little pogo stick and going, yeah, bro. Which I just almost took one to the dome. And
Look, I think
it's crazy.
I think a part of that is because of that reason. Because Trump is Trump, and he's gonna, you know,
honestly,
he's gonna get that aura. You know what I'm saying?
Honestly, dude, I definitely don't believe that he organized it. I think that's a crazy, like, I don't think anybody in the world can guarantee they're going to shoot your ear off or something.
That's ridiculous. Yeah.
Or anything like that. But the
Tighten the tinfoil.
The photo of the Secret Service piling around him, a perfect flag in the background, and his fist in the air is the most coordinated.
No, it is not coordinated.
No. Listen. It is the most beautiful photo I've ever seen. I'm like, that looks staged. That looks crazy. Like, for all of those things to line up, looks
I'm gonna
crazy.
defend the photographer because I am one.
Did you see the POV?
Yeah,
you did?
GoPro. Oh, dude, so good. That guy is literally going to be in every history book for the rest of time.
But also, he didn't flinch.
No, did you see the live? All the photographers in the bottom left?
Yeah.
As soon as the gunshot went off, they were like, they processed it and they were like,
bro, what kind of an animal do you have to be to just
Dude, I mean, that's what they, like, if you're obsessed with photography, like, that's your job, right? But if you're, like, obsessed, you're like, this is about to be, you have to have, like, 0.2 seconds to realize that this is about to be historic.
I guess.
And you have to be like, okay, shoot.
I mean, even the photographer that was taking pictures of, like, you've seen that photo where he's, like, on the ground and there's, like, blood coming down his face?
Oh, yeah.
Bro, that's a crazy photo.
Yeah, that took, like,
because that dude, like, realistically, you don't know if he didn't just get his head blown off.
Yeah.
Like, that photographer
He's
could have been
probably
coming
just
down there.
True. Like, yo, is he dead? And he's like, wonder if he was the first one to realize he wasn't dead.
Probably. I mean,
because he got that in between all the legs. Yeah.
Those photographers are the real heroes. Yeah, forget the Secret Service that, you know,
botched the whole thing.
Eliminated the suspect, bruh. The photographers that don't even flinch and get those photos is crazy. Like, they literally think about it for 3 seconds.
Yeah.
And they just go straight
Not
into
even that, bro. Yeah, that picture is just so,
like, there's shots being fired and they're running around the stage to get the cool picture.
that's what you know, war photographers do. Right?
Yeah. I mean, that is
maybe he was ex-military. I don't know. Actually, I don't think he was because I saw a video about him, but it's still cool nonetheless. I just, you know, as soon as you posted that picture of what you're talking about,
it was the craziest.
I'm like, this is going to be in every history book for the rest of time. It's going to be, it's like,
that's what I'm saying. It looked that like staged, but I guess
it looks staged, but dude,
I guess
that's
even
just skill with the camera.
Isn't the picture where they're like four dudes are kind of like pushing up the flag? Isn't that a picture first?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that looks staged, but I guess it was a real thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if
I forgot what it's called, that picture.
Y'all know what I'm talking about. Where
It's going to be like that, or like the kid in Tiananmen Square, you know, standing in front of the tank.
Yeah.
It's going to be like one of those. Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
The only other thing that I mean, maybe I guess we can. Do you have any specific thoughts? I have one more thought.
I have a conspiracy that you can chew on.
Okay.
I know you like them. It's that somebody pointed out like the oddities or the odd movements and like reaction from a woman in the background. Do you see that?
She just looked
where she had her phone out.
She just looked like a narcissist. It's like
I think she just looked like an airhead to me. Like,
yeah,
she didn't really know what was going on.
Agreed.
Well,
she literally, she like hears the shots and she just instantly pulls her phone out, and I'm like, I think there's just a lot of people like that nowadays.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, something's happening. Whoop. Not realizing it. There's a bullet whizzing past your
But
ear.
also, if you are at the presidential like rally, dude, if you're in the crowd, you're probably the least
likely
high priority target. Well,
somebody died in the crowd.
Dude, literally the saddest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. I cried on the toilet. I was prairie dogging fully. I had a
prairie dogging and tearing up at the same time.
I had a 4-inch grip on an 8-inch turd, and I was
crazy combination.
I had tears, bro, like just bursting at the seams. I had tears like people trying to get TVs on Black Friday trying to come out. And did you read the Facebook post from the mother?
I didn't read it, but I heard somebody read it.
Bro.
Yeah, I read it.
She was like, his last thing he did was
jump on us.
Jump in front of his daughter and because I guess she probably would have got shot.
Yeah.
And he jumped in front of his daughter, took one to the noggin I was like, dude.
Yeah,
shout out
it's horrible.
Corey, Italian last name, Compertoni or whatever.
Yeah. I just can't believe how fast you found out and then told me about it.
It's power X.
I was like, okay, so I was literally you want to guess what I was doing?
You pooping?
No, I was not prairie dogging. No, I was sitting right here stretching.
Okay.
And I was watching a YouTube video, and I got your text, and I was like, you didn't really text me that much. And so
yeah, it's true.
And
this is our only communication.
Yeah. And so I was like, what's this? And you sent me the X video, and I read the caption obviously first, and I was like, what? And then I looked at the video and I watched it, and I was like obviously like shocked. Mm-hmm. And I was thinking, okay, is this real or fake?
Yeah.
And
this is AI, right?
And so I instantly go to Safari after I text you back,
mm-hmm.
and I typed in Trump, and nothing came up. It was just like him and like
yep.
recent stuff, and I was like, well, hold up, let me go to Fox
yep.
News. and I was like,
yep.
Nothing came up, and then it turns out it happened like 15 minutes ago.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro is on it.
Bro, I follow somebody because he's kind of... I like to get all sides of opinion, bro. So I follow somebody on Twitter called Chief Trumpster.
Okay.
And he posts... Like, I see the post come up. It says 1 minute ago, there may have been shots at the Trump rally. And I was like... I went... No.
There may have been.
And so I'm in the Aldi's parking lot... about to get like 2 big things of like heavy whipping cream for ice cream we're going to make later. And I refresh my page and it goes, President hit. I'm like, oh.
You're freaking out.
And then I refresh again and it's like video. And then he's like holding his head and I'm like, whoa. And then so I refresh again and it's like the full video and I send it to you.
Mm-hmm.
And I was in the Aldi's parking lot. My car was, the AC wasn't working as well as it should. And... I just was like, what is going on?
Start sweating, crying, throwing up.
And I'm like, okay, well, obviously I found this first, so I got to send this to all my friends. Do that. I've got to somehow make this about me real quick.
Yes.
And
I got to show how cool I am and LinkedIn I am to the world.
Yeah, dude. And so I'm just like, I'm double fisting heavy whipping cream. Just looking at the live news updates. I cannot believe what's going on, dude. It was crazy.
What? I mean, yeah.
And
dude, we're living in a video game, bro. A movie, not a video game.
Joe Rogan said it best.
What'd he say?
He said, whoever wrote this season of America is going hard.
Dude, we're only halfway through the season.
That's true.
Yeah, I was like, imagine watching that live and just like, just looking at your screen like.
Dude, the real conspiracy, the writer strike was just them writing a season of America.
Yeah.
They're all grouped up.
Dude, I was talking to a buddy at church yesterday, and
yeah, you're BC or BAC, buddy at church.
Yeah, and we were just talking about the shooting, and he was like, yeah, my mom was watching it live.
No.
And I was like, are you kidding me? He's like, yeah, she watched it live.
Did she notice any? Like, was there any changes?
Any changes? Yeah,
like,
he got shot.
Well, that's what I always wonder. Is like, because people repost, they could like cut.
Yeah.
She didn't. Nothing.
I didn't talk to her, but
okay.
No, he was like, I'm like, I didn't know your mom was like, like that. Like she watching rallies.
You should have went like, oh, so you're one of those.
Yeah.
So you're a man.
Yeah, I was like, that's crazy, but like, I think the link you sent me was a video of it, but then I decided to like look on YouTube for like a live stream of the rally, and I was able to find one on Fox News, and then like scrub back to before it happened.
Yeah,
because it like just happened, and so I was able to scrub out like 5 minutes in it, and I was able to watch it like live. And they were showing it live, and mid shoot, one of the reporters was like, "This is happening live at the rally," and like she was like so in phase with what was going on, like she had to like commentate what was happening. Like we couldn't. I was like, just let it, audio. Let's let us hear the audio.
Man, that's what they're trained for. They're trained to just like watch somebody just get hit by a truck and be like, "This man is laying on the ground."
Dude, we were literally like centimeters away from watching somebody's head get blown off live.
Yeah,
that's how close it was to hitting his brain.
I guess that's one thing I do want to say is like, and it kind of goes with the media cycle and how fast things are going, is my grandpa told me this story one time that I don't know why I hold on to, but I thought it was interesting. And he said whenever they were watching TV and they saw Kennedy get shot, like obviously the whole world like stopped. Mm-hmm. And it was like a solemn moment. And he said either him and his brother or his buddy or whatever went outside and they had like a flag or something, or maybe it was just a cardboard box, and they were doing like pretending to do a nice like funeral for like Kennedy. They were like pretending to be pallbearers, because I don't know, they were just kids. They were sad. They just saw somebody's head get blown off.
Oh, okay.
And then but the mom came outside and like smacked them. It was like, we show respect to our.
That's what we're trying to do.
Well, but that's the thing. Like, it was like such. The craziest thing, honestly, about yesterday is that it's just the story. I've not seen many people be like solemn about it, or it's on either side. There's been people pushing an agenda with it,
Yeah.
And I would just like, it would be way more attractive if our country was like, yo, what happened yesterday was like the lowest that a democracy can go. Like, if we get to that point, everything else is open season in democracy. Mm-hmm. And the other thing is, alongside that is, and nobody's going to stick up for this guy for partial good reason, but if the guy that they're saying it was actually Thomas J. Crooks or whatever, that was like a 22-year-old kid that got psyoped by media into thinking that he had to solve the world's problems with a bullet. And it's really sad, dude. Like, that's a kid. That's somebody my age that made a horrible decision, and all the people in his life were not mentoring him and sending him on a better path or a better path. And that's, you can get on Twitter and be like, oh, F this guy, he sucks, and he's his mom's fat or whatever. And it's like, a life is a life, and that's why when our president gets shot at, it's solemn. When a criminal, faces the consequences they've put themselves in, it's still sad, dude. we should treat things with more respect. But I'm just here with I literally have a tinfoil hat on. I said all that with aluminum foil on my head.
Take that off, bro. Take it off, dude. Yeah, it's I mean, it's clearly sad that
as a kid.
Yeah, he's being so young. I mean, it's definitely a I mean, obviously we don't know much about him yet, like the shooter, but I would assume that he's kind of like
Oh, I don't have the video. You got the video?
He's like, I heard he was bullied a lot in school.
That's what I heard.
Like, I don't know if that was because of like something like out of his control. Like,
well, he looks
just
like
the way he looks.
Yeah.
Or something. But I don't know. I know the school system now is like totally botched, but like it's obviously preventable. Is what I'm trying to say. Like,
it is.
Just by the school system. I mean, that's one way it could have been prevented, was
It's true.
Probably having better teachers and principals or whatever, administrators care about kids more, care about teaching them the right morals and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So yeah. Do you think if Trump actually got hit, like died, do you think it would be Civil War time?
I'd like to think not. I think because I guess.
Bro, did you hear? Sorry.
I just remembered. It's cool. I wasn't going to finish the thought.
No, I didn't care. No, did you hear about the kid? What's his name? The shooter?
Thomas.
So did you hear Thomas
Crooks
tried out at school on like the shooting team?
And got denied.
He got denied.
Because apparently he was on the far left station and he somehow hit the far right wall.
I didn't hear about that. I just heard that
apparently
he got denied.
Apparently he was like horrible shot.
The shooting team.
Apparently he went from the worst shot like ever in his high school to like people are like,
the
yo,
best.
100 yards is an easy shot. Okay.
It is.
Relatively it is an easy shot, but also not that easy of a shot to almost headshot somebody. 100, that's a football field, guys.
It was 140 something.
Yeah.
But still, I mean, if like an AR, it's like shooting a.
I mean,
what do you say? Like a rod. It's like
the bullet that hit his ear was the first shot, and from what I can tell,
no, it wasn't. He grabbed his ear after like the second one.
I think they said it's the first because
I don't know about that.
From what I heard, it was the first shot, and he probably would have hit him but that he shot really soon after the police officer went up the ladder. So most likely it was a rushed shot. And that's most likely why he didn't hit him more square on. Is because it was a rushed shot.
Yeah, I heard it was either rushed or he got like spooked because of...
He probably got spooked.
I think the sniper shot back at him after like the first two shots or something.
Yeah.
And that was one of the shots that was being heard or something, and then he got spooked and was like... Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, that was a crazy day. Like, I was, my parents were coming over in like an hour after you sent that, and I was like, please don't know anything about this. I want to tell them because.
And they knew or no?
No, they didn't. They came up here and I was like, did you hear it? Did you hear it? And they're like, what? No. And so I showed them the video, and they were obviously shocked. But like the rest of the day, like all we were doing was just like checking the news.
It's so hard not to.
It is.
It's actually so. Because, and that's the other thing, bro. We don't get many of these. Like that, like you're saying that the history, that photo is going to be in a history book. That's because this was like real history, like just happened in front of our eyes. And it's crazy how many people like don't care that we almost just saw the assassination of a president. It's like there's been like 6 attempts or whatever, and 3 confirmed. Abraham, JFK, and
it's the curse of the.
I think Garfield got hit.
I don't know. It's the curse of like the 20s or something. You know, you heard about that?
Mm-hmm.
Like 1920, 1820, 2020. The presidents who were elected in the 20s all got assassinated.
No way.
And Trump he dodged that thing, bro. He was like, nah.
Dude, somebody made a good point. Is we celebrate a lot of holidays, and we also have like a lot of Memorial Days. We never, like on November 22nd, nobody ever says, this is the day that JFK got shot. There's never like a Memorial Day for that.
Just Martin Luther King.
That's true. We did
He got
talk about
shot.
that. Yeah, he died. Yeah, dude, he, we're going to move past this, but apparently Martin Luther King was slinging dong, dude. Apparently he was having a little bit of a harem. But
all right.
I'm just telling you, that's a wild story to look that up.
Okay.
Apparently he was doing preaching in the morning and
serving in the evening.
Dude. But
that's why it's my favorite holiday.
But
are we done?
let me think.
I think we should be done.
I guess
We're
done.
Done.
I hate you. The only thing is,
what else do you need to tell them, dude?
I just want people to be
We're talking to the specials right now.
special.
We're talking to the specials right now.
Bro, if you're listening to us, you are not all there. No,
Look at him.
just kidding. We're trying our best, dude.
Look at him. He's sweating over here.
I've got 5G coming at my brain from all angles. No, just I don't know. I think people just need to treat stuff with a little bit more respect on both sides. Like, even like all of these conservatives that are like, yeah, he's an animal, and and suck that libtards, and eat these nuts. Or, like, it's just like all of that stuff is so unbeneficial and so stupid. It's like our words matter, and that kind of brings us to the next thing. Apparently our boy Vance got elected to be the vice president.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the?
I'm okay with it. I think he's like. I mean, I don't know much about him, but I have heard of him before.
I had not until like today.
Really?
Yeah.
So he was. He's a senator in Ohio, I believe. He's a senator.
39 years young.
Yeah, so he's super young, and I remember him getting elected in the midterms last year.
Yeah, he's only
Or
been
2022 or something like that.
politics since 2023.
Yeah, so I'd heard of him before. I didn't know much about him. I still don't really know much about him, but I did listen to a podcast about the whole candidate, and apparently he's like super smart. He's a Yale graduate and was like head of like the Yale law paper or something. And he's like super articulate, and he was in the military, and he has all these accolades. And but the guy I was listening to was talking about like the strategicness of the pick of Donald Trump picking him.
Yeah.
And how it's not really strategic. It's just
Somebody said that Donald Trump is excellent at business but horrible at politics, and I'm like, yes, dude.
well, it's not really strategic. From what I've heard, and I believe it, of like winning states in the election.
Yeah, it's very weird.
Because people were saying that if he had selected like Glenn Youngkin, which is I believe is the governor for Virginia right now.
Yeah, probably some swing state.
Yeah, so he'll like win more swing states up in that area. But he's more of like, he's not as right wing. I think he's more like a purple guy.
Yeah.
But I think from what I've heard is that J.D. Vance is more like a Trumpster, like he will not like betray Trump.
He's a follower.
He's a follower of Trump.
Yeah.
But obviously he's able to lead, like, he's got all these accolades doing that, but he's loyal. That's what I should say.
Well,
he's a loyalist.
Well, that's what the only thing I'm concerned about.
Being a loyalist?
Well, that's not the only thing, but it's like I haven't dug into the quotes too much, but I wrote down a quote on our notes that maybe you can see. I sent you a message for what he said after the shooting. It's this one, but so this is what he said. Go up just a little bit. Pull that up, Jamie. This is what he said
JB.
after the shooting. He said, "Today is not just some isolated incident. The central premise of the Biden campaign is that President Donald Trump is an authoritarian fascist who must be stopped at all costs. That rhetoric led directly to President Trump's attempted assassination," which, I can, it checks out.
I believe with 99% of what he said.
It checks out logically. Like, if you say somebody's a threat, if they're fascist, if they're, a bad person, and he's a threat to democracy, the only logical conclusion is take that threat out. Here's the thing, though. He had literally compared Trump to Hitler before.
Yeah, he had said he was. I don't know if he was anti-Trump, but he had said some things that were against him before.
He said he would never vote for Trump, and he said Trump might be America's Hitler. And so
People change.
At some level, dude, you have to realize that they're not doing this for free. There's definitely stuff for people to gain on both sides. And, I'm not going to look at anybody and just be like, oh, they're awesome no matter what. So I'm going to give him a chance. I'm going to see what's up. If he shoots a 6 handicap, we're going to have a problem.
Yeah, I haven't heard of that quote before, but he.
It's just wild that you can say the same thing.
I mean, look, Trump has been in the political sphere since 2016 and before.
Yeah.
Like, that's a long time ago. And
it's true.
My opinions on Trump have changed since then, given I was like 16 years old. But like, even since 2020, when I was like able to vote, my opinions on him have changed a little bit. And so I don't see why his, can't.
Yeah, they can definitely change. The thing I'm worried about is people that are quick to use like big words for an effect like that.
Like he did right here?
Well, not here, but I'm saying I haven't looked into the quote that much. So maybe it was out of context, but if he just said Trump is America's Hitler, it's like anybody that's willing to go to those words, it's like that's kind of what's getting wrong with things. It's kind of like where everything's stemming from. Is people are saying, they're saying, I don't know. I'm not going to give an example. But people are loose with their words in a weird way.
Yeah, I mean, look, like he's saying here, the Biden campaign calling Trump Hitler, America's Hitler or whatever. Like I said earlier, I agree with 99% of what he said. He said the rhetoric led directly to President Trump's attempted assassination. I don't think it led directly to it.
Yeah.
It was a product of what this young man has been told.
Yeah.
Like, Trump is Hitler. Okay, Hitler was a bad guy, killed a lot of people. I got to do what I got to do. In his mind is what he's thinking.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think it's directly led to that. But, yeah, language is obviously very important. And it's telling somebody is super bad. Yeah, I agree with you. I know what you're saying. But if you're a politician,
you gotta do what you gotta do to make a
gotta
little
do
cash,
what you gotta
baby.
do.
Insider trade, dude. Get those bets up.
Yeah, no, I think it's a great pick.
He could have gone one or two ways. He could have gone a mid-ground guy to just kind of. That's kind of what Mike Pence was. Mike Pence was kind of like a average, middle of the road, kind of like whatever. Well, I'm just like a figurehead. I'm securing the Christian vote because But this dude is like,
which that was strategic. That was his strategic pick.
Mike Pence was a Labrador. J.D. Vance is like a Rottweiler. He's like,
and bro
Trump.
was handsome. Bro's got some nice eyelashes.
He's got some diamonds behind those lids.
He does, man.
But
and also, nobody's talking about this. It's also kind of strategic because he can like run for president next year or after 4 years. It's like they put him in this spot. He's young because everybody's talking about how everybody in politics is old now. He's young, he's super smart, and if he's already vice president for 4 years, then he can run for like 8.
If Trump was actually that forward thinking and like selfless, then props to Trump for like.
Dude, nobody's talking about it though. I mean, why not? Like, it's kind of perfect.
You know why not? Because nobody cares about 8 years from now. People only care about what happens. What happens tomorrow? What is the most important thing tomorrow? And that's one of the things that's getting lost in all this, assassination stuff. Is listen, dude. I'm not like. Obviously, I would never vote for Joe Biden because
what?
Because
you heard it here first, guys.
Joe Biden loves 5G, and it ain't getting me, dude. Not through this tinfoil. But the other thing that Trump got away with that I was very unpleased with, that kind of got swept under the rug, and people can have different opinions on this, but him putting the abortion regulations on the state, in my opinion, is a coward's play.
Yeah.
Because the article in the Constitution that everybody loves to abuse is for the general welfare of the people. And we have all these regulations, like you got to pay disabled people, you got to, all these regulations to support poor people, to support people that are disadvantaged, and we use that all under this umbrella of the general welfare of the people. Well, at the federal level, the most welfare for a being is being alive. And I understand, give states more power and stuff like that, and I can understand that. But the federal government has a couple of purposes. That is to secure our nation from outside predators, and to secure our nation from inside predators. And that's people that want to take lives.
Yeah, so I'm still like kind of deciding where I stand on this, because obviously let me explain. I obviously agree that I would ban abortion all from conception to birth, right? And Trump switching up his position on it recently to giving up to the states and not making it national. It obviously sucks, but it's better than what we have right now, or have had. And I still don't know where I'm at on this, but I was recently told this new term. I've heard of it, but I didn't really know what it was. It's called neoconservative or neocon.
Yeah.
And it's it basically just means new conservative, and that's kind of what Trump's stand is now. He's in the new conservative, which
Trump is not really a conservative. He's like a far right liberal.
Yeah. Okay. But it's more people are leaning towards that now.
Yeah.
The neocon stuff, where it's they're more laxed on the abortion thing or homosexuals or whatever. But that's if you look at it, that's the only way that the Republican Party is going to get votes now. It's nobody's that's super far conservative as the country once was. So it's a strategic play by him to get nominated, and I would rather him do that than. It's hard to say.
Well,
it is.
That's the thing. It's
because I want him to get elected.
The question we have to be thinking as a populace that really matters is: are we shooting for short-term goals, or are we shooting for long-term goals? And how do we balance those?
Well, yeah, obviously, but you can say that Trump leaving the abortion issue up to the states is a short-term goal, which I wouldn't necessarily disagree. But like I said, J.D. Vance, that could be a long-term goal.
He's a handsome man. And if you get a guy tall, dark, and handsome and, anywhere in there,
you're gonna get the suburban mom vote.
It's true. And that is the most important vote. Is the suburban mom.
Is it?
And also the midget vote.
You were telling me
secure.
You were telling me that you thought it was going to be a woman's.
I thought for sure it was going to be a woman, dude. But because like for a while there, it was like you had to have a woman vice president because.
You mean for the past 4 years?
Well, I mean, it was Hillary, and then Obama, I think, was really
Hillary was not a vice president.
Obama was getting pressured into having a woman.
Probably.
And then he just, pulls out the absolute
dud.
Hound dog himself, the firecracker.
The two of clubs, bro. He pulls out the two of clubs.
The guy that, So, but
yeah.
And that's the other thing is like, we got to stop talking about this. But people that are all hyped on Trump, it's like I understand it, dude. I'm glad things are getting to be a little bit more sensible. But we're also comparing the literal D1 athlete versus a disabled guy with one leg. We're like Joe Biden. Like comparing Joe Biden to Trump is like a 6'5" running back just slamming into a 5-year-old. It's like there's not a comparison, bro.
It's the same with the vice presidents now.
Yeah,
dude. Whenever they debate, dude, it's gonna be a slaughter. But it's like, yeah, I know what you're saying. I mean, it's funny that you're like, we have to stop talking about this. But that's all that's in the news.
I shouldn't even be on the air right now.
That's all that's in the news.
There's
bro.
5G. They've got chemical weapons coming for me. Did you know they got drones with neurotoxins ready to just dump on all of our heads?
Who?
Them.
Oh, them.
They.
Yeah, they kind of scary.
The true they thems. I'm getting tired.
You look like a Z-Zer right now, bro.
I'm getting tired of them. I look like a freaking czar right now. If you know what I'm talking about. I'm about
you
to
look like a Zoid, dude.
But
what was that? What was that?
I was just goose stepping.
Oh, come on, bro.
I'm playing, dude. It's a solemn moment. We need to.
I mean,
we need to have a little. Dude, let's have a moment of silence. Okay.
That wasn't even like 2 seconds.
I said a moment.
Okay.
Let's get on to something a little bit more lighthearted.
No, we got to talk about politics the whole time. We got to get it out of our system because I know people don't want us to talk about it, but we have to this week.
That's true. Let's get it all out in one week.
We have to this week.
Okay, dude. Starting off with, you go first.
What did you write down here?
What did I write down? Yeah, general welfare. I said, remember the enemy, dude. The enemy is the evil.
What? The one above it, right here. General welfare. Did we talk about that last time?
The ingrained war?
No, the one below it.
This might be America's Hitler. That's what J.D. Vance said.
No, the one above it. This one. The general welfare.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The abortion.
Is that what you talked about?
Yes, dude. Forget about Trump or Biden. Remember the actual enemy.
Yeah, we did.
The actual enemy is the people. Here's a couple signs of the actual enemy, okay? People that don't value life. People that don't value basic freedoms. And people that
hate canes.
The people that don't have a system of beliefs which they operate on.
And hate
the people,
canes.
huh?
And hate canes.
And hate canes, dude. If you don't like freaking cane sauce, first of all, unsubscribe. Second of all,
don't do that.
Second of all, tell your friends about us because we're close to 100.
Your opinion's wrong, but please keep subscribing.
But those are the things we should be focused on, okay? Do you value life? Do you have actual morals and truths that you believe? Which is crazy to say. And do you care about individual freedom and a human's right to make decisions? It's not hard.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
And you know what, dude? Also, if any politician wants to come sit right here, sit right next to me, I won't make them wear a tinfoil hat. They can fry their own brain if they want to.
If you got a distant relative that is in the political sphere, we got a seat for him. And we got a tinfoil hat for him.
Do you know how beast it would be to just get to... We need to start developing like some clips that look like we're semi-professional. You know, somewhere we're like...
What do you mean we are?
So somewhere we're like sitting up straight, you know, and develop some clips to send to like local politicians.
Bro, you got your tinfoil hat
No. We don't have any of these clips in, but we send them like a mixtape of our cast where we're like, where we look good, and then we get them here and we're like, I'm wearing a tinfoil hat. You've got a Speedo on, and
just like this.
You ready to talk about local politics? Like Like that new road they're building.
So did you hear about the Trump shooter? Did you hear what he claimed to have?
Dude, play it. Play it, bro.
I don't know if I should.
Okay, no, this goes back to another thing.
I don't know
okay?
if I should.
Play it. Okay, we're gonna while Josh is pulling up the audio file, what we have received.
Have you watched this?
Yeah.
Okay, I haven't watched it. So is it like any
No, there's nothing bad. Listen, what we have received from a inside source from a high-level intelligence agency is a audio file. You can look it up, and this is 100% true. This is out of the mouth of Thomas J. Crooks. A very frightening phrase. On to you.
The real hard-hitting questions we need answers to.
6'4". I go to Stanford University. I have a 10-inch penis and 6'4". I go to Stanford University.
So, what?
You want to replay?
First,
I have a 10-inch penis.
okay.
All right, that's
Okay. So just so you know, that guy fooled 300 Secret Service operatives, climbed by himself onto a roof, and took 5 to 8 shots at
so many jokes right now in my
at
head.
the president of the United States. Dude, he might have had 10, but Trump had 40. I don't know. I mean, what is that, dude? How did that guy take shots on our president's life?
He had it.
First of all, was it difficult? Did it cause issues with him getting up the ladder?
He's got a gun. No, that's just.
Yo, Loki the sniper was like, he's on the phone with the head of security. That's the real. Okay, he has a big black gun, but he also has another.
He's got a sidearm on him as well.
The head of
the
counter
the sniper's
operatives
just shaking. He's like,
counter operative snipers are like, I'm ready to take the shot, but on which one?
2 suspects. Oh no! I can't believe you found that video, dude.
I don't.
How do you find these things?
I
haven't heard about that anywhere else except for you.
Because I'm in there, and the Honest Honkies. I'm freaking researching, bro. I'm scouring the web to find
so many things today, dude. Like who's Maxwell Urich?
Okay, that's the other thing is like, look at those pictures, and should I hold it up to the camera or not?
No.
Oh yeah, because it's got it. Yeah. So unfortunately, I did the hard work. I cross-examined the pictures of the suspect, Thomas J. Crooks.
Bro's doing facial recognition patterns.
I did optical analysis and translinear nose translation between these photos to see who is, if the suspect that they're saying is actually Thomas J. Crooks, or there's somebody else that looks, in my opinion, looks more like the suspect than Thomas J. Crooks, is Maxwell Urich.
I just thought of this. How do they find this Maxwell Urich guy? They were just like, hey, this guy kind of looks like the shooter. Maybe he is. And now this guy's like, hold up.
Maxwell Urich has had multiple run-ins with the police, specifically at Trump rallies. So he's already been arrested before for back in 2016 for showing up at a rally and punching people in the face or whatever.
Okay. And I think it was him at this one.
Which, I mean, obviously this is like supreme tinfoil hat, but it really makes you wonder, how does a kid that 2 years ago is getting on the microphone and going, before I go to Stanford, just so you know, I've got I got a dime piece on me, and versus this guy who looks to be a little bit more mature.
I don't know if I like him as much, like in the sense that like in the sense that he doesn't have as much lore as this other guy.
Which one? The tin?
Yeah, no,
the tinner.
No, the Thomas. Like Thomas is more like lore. You know what I'm saying? Like they found bombs in his car.
Yeah, Thomas has lore. Thomas apparently was in a BlackRock commercial.
Yeah, exactly. He's in I don't know. He's got more interesting qualities. I've never heard anything about Urich, so I don't know.
Honestly, dude, we just hit 1 hour the moment I said that. Join us in the Patreon. I have some more high level lore on Thomas J. Crooks to drop on you guys. So
goodness gracious.
for the regulars, for the brokies, we're only $1 a month to continue.
Yep.
Signing out.
Sign out.
And signing back in.
Give him your best honk.
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
Yeah, we don't know nothing, but we hope you enjoy the something. We just don't need that, no, nothing. You know we have fun and it does not busting. We love you, homie. May we keep the gravy and stuff, man. Gravy and stuff, and I keep your mom in a Dutch oven. Gravy and stuff. Gravy and stuff. Gravy and stuff, man.